In the heart of the dense forest, nestled between towering trees and winding paths, there was a small cottage. The cottage, which had been abandoned for years, was now shrouded in vines and overgrowth, making it nearly impossible to find. Yet, despite its isolation, it held a secret that few knew about. One afternoon, a young woman by the name of Lilly stumbled upon the cottage. She had been wandering the forest for hours, lost and disoriented, and had been about to give up when she saw a faint light in the distance. As she drew closer, she realized that it was coming from the cottage. Cautiously, she approached the door and pushed it open. The room was small and dark, and the only light came from a flickering candle on a nearby table. The air was thick with dust and the scent of musty old books. Lily's eyes slowly adjusted to the dim light as she explored the room. She noticed that the walls were covered in intricate paintings, and the shelves were filled with ancient tomes. Suddenly, she heard a faint whisper coming from one of the books. Curious, she picked it up and opened it, only to find that it was blank. As she flipped through the pages, she began to notice strange markings and symbols scattered throughout the book. She recognized some of them from her studies of ancient languages, but others were completely foreign to her. With a growing sense of excitement, Lily began to decipher the markings. As she did, the pages of the book began to glow, and the room was filled with a bright light. Suddenly, she was transported to another world. She found herself standing in a lush garden, surrounded by flowers of every color imaginable. A gentle breeze rustled the leaves of the trees, and the sound of a nearby stream filled the air. She walked through the garden, marveling at its beauty, until she came to a small pond. There, sitting on a rock beside the pond, was an old woman. She had a kind face and warm eyes, and she beckoned Lily over. "Welcome, dear," she said. "You have been chosen to protect the knowledge of the ancient ones. You must use it wisely, and only for the good of all. Do you accept this task?" Lily nodded, and the woman handed her a small, glowing orb. "Keep this with you always," she said. "It will guide you on your journey." With that, Lily was transported back to the cottage. She knew that her life would never be the same again, but she also knew that she was ready for whatever lay ahead. As Lily held the glowing orb, she felt a sense of purpose coursing through her veins. She knew that she had been entrusted with an incredible responsibility, and that it was up to her to use her newfound knowledge wisely. Over the years, Lily continued to study the ancient tomes and decipher their secrets. She traveled the world, seeking out other like-minded individuals who shared her passion for knowledge and understanding. Together, they worked to preserve the wisdom of the ancient ones, passing it down from generation to generation. As the years passed, Lily grew old, but her mind remained sharp and her spirit strong. She knew that she had lived a full and meaningful life, and that she had made a difference in the world. On her final day, as she lay in her bed surrounded by loved ones, she felt a sense of peace wash over her. She knew that she was leaving behind a legacy that would endure for centuries to come. As she closed her eyes for the last time, Lily felt the warmth of the glowing orb in her hand, and she knew that her journey was far from over. For even in death, her spirit would continue to guide and inspire those who came after her, passing on the knowledge of the ancient ones to future generations.